presence. R&B, soul, and neo-soul singer, songwriter and producer who's rich, velvety voice to find an era of smooth, heartfelt music. Born on December 18, 1961, in Columbia, South Carolina. She first gained recognition in the late 1979 as a member of the Sequence, one of the first all-female rap groups. She later transitioned into R&B, making waves with albums like Black Diamond, 19, and Mahogany Soul, 2001, which featured classics like No More Rain and Brother. Her music blended soulful grooves, deep storytelling, and a gospel-rooted sound, earning her multiple Grammy nominations and lasting influence in the industry. Beyond her music, Stone was also an actress and songwriting, collaborating with icons like D'Angelo, Alicia Keys, and Lenny Kravitz. Her contributions to neo-soul left an undeniable mark, influencing generations of artists. Quiet Storm FM, Quiet Storm FM, Quiet Storm FM, and just don't rest in hell. Storm FM, Storm FM, and just don't rest in hell. And just don't rest in heaven. Tune in tonight for the perfect blend of classic R&B and the best. Smooth grooves on Quiet Storm FM. Your night just got smoother. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 slow jams, classics, and soul. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 slow jams, classics, and soul. Ooh. night just got smoother. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 slow jams, classics, and soul.
Was a powerhouse, R&B, soul and neo, soul singer, songwriter and producer, whose rich, velvety voice defined an era of smooth, heartfelt music. Born on December 18, 1961 in Columbia, South Carolina. She first gained recognition in the late Leethel Sevier as a member of the Sequence, one of the first all-female rap groups. She later transitioned into R&B, making waves with albums like Black 99 and Mahogany Soul, which featured classics like No More Rain and Blue the Blue. Her music blended soulful grooves, deep storytelling, and a gospel-rooted sound, earning her multiple Grammy nominations and lasting influence in the industry. Beyond her music, Stone was also an actress and songwriter, collaborating with icons like D'Angelo, Alicia Keys, and Lenny Kravitz. Her contributions to neo-soul left an undeniable mark, influencing generations of artists. Quiet Storm FM, Angie Stone, rest in heaven.
And hello to you, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful family today. I appreciate you so very much for joining me on today's broadcast. Today, I won't be showing my face because I am on the road, but the show must go on. I start the show today by picking up where I left off Friday, somewhat. Friday, if you all were here, brought me in to the point where there was an interview. And in that interview was Diamond, Lady Diamond. And she shared with the audience her beliefs and opinion as to what we should or should not do. I acquiesced by saying that I respect the family, yet I don't share the sentiments exactly. And the reason I don't is this. Angie pleaded out to the world. In the US, outside of the US, everywhere that could see her face on the internet. She made a plea. And she shared with us that her coins were taken. That being said, that was a clarion call for help. That being said, as her fans and others that have something that can be done, was an opportunity for us to do something. Yet before the masses of us could galvanize together, we ended up getting the news of her demise, thus leaving us hurt, thus leaving us confused, thus leaving us with lack of information, thus leaving us with not knowing what to do next. Dread 22, thank you so very much. I am more confused after that call than ever before. I am more confused after that call as to where we as fans stand and where truth may lie in the middle and facts being presented. The weight of facts, prima facie, the evidence on the face of the record seems to paint a whole different story. So on Friday, I added to the presentation, Saturday, excuse me, I added to the presentation where Angie and Shanna was sitting on the couch together. And Shanna was hosting a show with Angie. And in the midst of that hosting of that show, they were expecting another guest to come on. And as they were expecting the guest to come on, they were waiting, stalling for time to allow technical issues to be dealt with so that they could get the guests on the screen. In doing so, Angie mentioned that artists that have talent and want to be known and scouted, that you can present your talents simply by contacting her. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Mickey's house. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Dr. Charles. We appreciate you. So in lieu of making the presentation of the video that they recorded, Shanna says, you can send all inquiries to Sacred Sound and we'll go through them. Now, that would cause one to believe by that statement that if you want to contact Angie Stone and you send your information to Sacred Sound, that through Sacred Sound, you will be handled and your information will be put in front of Angie and that they will make a calculated decision. Thus, at the same time, you Angie also put Sacred Sound on the map by her endorsing that Sacred Sound could scout talent for Angie Stone. Now, it's it's bothersome to me that such an endorsement of such a major artist could endorse Sacred Sound. In the year 2022, Sacred Sound trade named the name and logo Sacred Sound. You can find this information out by going to the United States Trade Office, USTPO. You could go there and look up Sacred Sound, and you will find that Sacred Sound is trademarked. Now, that being said, as Sacred Sound being trademarked and Sacred Sound attaching itself to Angie Stone, the validity of that company was just brought to the forefront by Angie Stone's representation and allowed use to collect talent. That being said, that creates a business nexus between Angie Stone and her family. Because Sacred Sound financially takes in money. Shanna Shell owns Sacred Sound, and Sacred Sound is now doing business in the decedent's name after passing. So, in the likeness thereof of the estate and the filing of the executor or the administrator or the administratress of the probate, Shanna Shell notarized the documents that was presented to the court pro se. Pro se means one's own self representing one's own self. Pro se. PRO-SE. Pro se. So now the pro se filing is done for Michael and Diamond and notarized by Shanna. They clearly say that there is no conflict of interest, but I beg to differ. And this is how I beg to differ. One, there is absolute proof by video that Shanna Shell was indeed doing a project, thus working with Angie Stone, with Angie Stone's consent. Meaning there is a relationship between Angie Stone and Sacred Sound. You can't get around that. Now, the owner of Sacred Sound then presents the paperwork. The paperwork for the family and then notarizes it. Now, family in the chat, I'd like to know with common sense, is that not a conflict of interest? If it is, please put a yes. If it is not, put a no. Now, you want me to back off. I cannot back away. And I'll tell you why I can't back away. Because this is the same continuous behavior that Angie spoke against. If she didn't speak against this, then it would not be an issue for me because there'd be nothing to work about. But the very people closest to her for all these years have stole from her, have stole her royalties, have sold off her royalties. And we rightly don't know who it is. Yet I'm going to paint a picture of what if for you today. What if? So in the past 6 to 7 months, what if by Shanna having Angie's cell phone, allegedly that she did not have information to make changes to any royalties? What if, allegedly, by any chance, if she has any contact information to the MLC, that she does not move around any royalties in the name of sacred sound? I can't understand how anybody with any point of common sense would not think this. And I don't think it is an unfair question to ask, because if you are legitimate, then you can easily say, you know what? We have found what we need, and we're working with the proper people to get it done. But thus, this has not taken place. So right now, you are leaving to us, the audience, the fans, the people that love Angie Stone, to thus think about and wonder if her money is still going to come to fruition. Now, she said, of the important matters at hand, they didn't do due diligence. She thought they had her interest at heart. Really? Let me share this. There are other factors that I have not spoke about that is gravely important to the legacy of Angie Stone's estate. that leaves me as a reasonable person thinking and wondering what would happen if her successor has any problems. Michael is the administrator. What happens if something happens to Michael? Does that then put Shanna completely in charge of Angie's estate? Having belief in a person is one thing. Having trust in a person is one thing. But having facts is a total, completely different horse of another color. Because, see, there are grandchildren involved here. So it's part of their lineage also. If you want us to stand down, then stand up. Give us information that's forthwith. Give us information that's correct. Give us information that's no fluff. Give us information that's no cap. Because until now, that's all we've heard. It sounds reasonable, but we know it's not. You can't say in the court of law, believe half of what you see, because the court of law has a term that is used called prima facie. And if you use the term prima facie, it means on the face of the record. And if on the face of the record, someone has notarized a document that clearly hides monies received after death, not reporting it, that's not honesty. That's not forthwith information being presented to the court. That means you're cheating the debtors out of what they possibly could get because you're saying you don't have it when in fact you do have it. And in fact, the person that notarized your documentation is the person that's holding the funds. Your words, not mine. So, if those are your words, which they were, and you say anybody that messes with her messes with you, then you must be part of the fraudulent acts that is presented. Some say, oh no, leave her alone, leave her alone. Okay, I would, except for the fact that Angie said she want her coins. She said, I want my coins. She made us aware that there were snakes messing with her coins. And with that being said, how do we sit back and say it ain't our business? If this isn't in any part not about greed, then there would not need to be any diversion of funds. The diversion would not exist. You would let it go straight to the account, to the estate of Miss Stone where it belongs. That's what you would do. Because as the administrator, if you need to pay the mortgage, if you need to pay any bills, if you need to pay any debtors, you'll be allowed to do it by the court. You will be allowed to do so. But the situation at hand is that you want to control all the coins now before it's properly administered as the law has set it up to be. And you want us to be duplicit in the knowledge by saying, okay, it ain't our business, we don't care. When Angie have made the clarion call, my coins have been taken. I want my coins, and you want us to shut up. In my view, that is doing your mother wrong. And I don't think that we should be a part of that. For the record, the documentation that was presented to the court for state administration, allegedly in my book, looks fraudulent because you didn't present the correct information. You clearly admitted to hiding the money. You clearly admitted that the money was being put somewhere else because that was the only way you could get it. Not my words, your words. If I'm wrong, put wrong in the chat. If I'm not, put speak. Speak if I'm not wrong, wrong if I'm wrong. Put it in the chat now, please. You want us to be on your side. But Diamond, I see something bigger than what you see. I see a lady in position to take everything from you. Everything. You don't have to worry about the industry anymore from this point, Diamond. Your legacy have been made. You don't have to worry about anything else in the industry, Michael. Your legacy have been made. So why not take 100% control? Keep it in your own names, not any other name other than your own, and let your royalties build and collect, and you live off of them like your mother made for you. And go to a bona fide entertainment lawyer, a bona fide accountant to deal with things in a legal manner so that nothing nefarious can come back to you. I'm not picking on you. I'm talking out of love today. 100% love. And I'm speaking to you the basic common sense of business. Yes, everybody's got a pass. Yes, I got one. Yes, everybody deserves another chance. Yes, I get one. But there's this one little phrase called due diligence. If you're going to work with them, do due diligence to make sure that everything follows clearly, in order, in fashion, where you don't take a hit to the negative. Because you know, just like I know, things are not what it looked like. You know, just like I know, that with health issues, it looks murky. So take advantage and fight for what is right. Fight for your children because their legacy exists right now. This is a part of their inheritance. This is a part of your inheritance. And you just can't throw it away to somebody else because they have a company that is properly set up that could possibly take everything from you. My God, if you think I'm picking on you, I'm so sorry. But I have to be the one to tell you the truth in case nobody else does. I heard you. I heard you loud and clear. And I heard you speak loud and clear. But you got to understand that there is a process of what you're going through, and you cannot rush that process. And when you get ready to start collecting money from the MLC, you must be correct. So you're going to allow Sacred Sound to collect the money from MLC for your inheritance? Can I ask a question? Can I ask a serious, honest question? How do you know that Sacred Sound will not run off with your money? How do you know this? How do you know this? We have to speak truth to you today. And with this truth, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting. It will make you downright mad. But one day, you may possibly look back at this and say, I wished I had a list. I don't want you to get to that point. Please get the right people involved so that you retain your legacy. The trademark of Sacred Sound covers recording artists, recordings, video production, video, clothing, products, all of that. It covers all of that. So that means that your brand is going to be the brand of Sacred Sound. And unless you're owners of Sacred Sound, how are you going to recover what Sacred Sound gets? You're going to sue them after the fact? After the fact, you're going to sue? How about not even get there? Just check it now. It's your mother. It's Michael's mother. And you two have the right to make all decisions. Make the decisions without anybody but you and your brother. In any contracts that Angie Stone made for anyone collecting from the MLS, excuse me, y'all get those funds directly. get you a lawyer and set up a LLC, let those funds go to the LLC and do business the proper under your own names. Call it the Angie Stone Family Fund. Call it anything you want, but do not allow it to be Sacred Sound. Don't allow that. Now, I will apologize if you think that I'm picking on you, but I won't apologize for giving you sound advice. I won't. I won't at all. Because everything I'm saying is the absolute truth. This is no made up lies. This is no capping. This is no, we just throwing out any other kind of narrative. No. The narrative is you need to have control of your own destiny. That's the narrative. That's the narrative. That is the narrative. This is the correct narrative. This is the righteous narrative. Diamond, protect your coins. Diamond, protect your baby's coins. Diamond, protect the legacy that you've long waited for, the legacy that you've earned by being a daughter, the legacy that was left for you. Protect that. Because, my dear friend, your words were, we standing on business over here. Well, as a term taken straight out of gangsterism, that's not standing on business. What business you're standing on is being blindsided by a person that has a distinct mission to be somebody at whatever cost. And if it is to work for someone for free to get to the top, that's what they do. In fact, I will give you a very true statement in the industry. In the recording, television, and radio, as well as production, there is one thing that makes all of us common together, and it's this. To get in the industry, sometimes you have to be an intern. Sometimes you will have to be an intern working at a radio station running the board for the top name jock that's on the air for them to do the show so that one day you can become the person on the board and behind the mic. At a TV station, you may need to be a gaffer, someone that holds the cords and the microphone. For the cameraman, for the camera operator, so that you can learn the trade of production. Or you may need to be an intern in the editing suite where inside the editing suite, they're getting all of the information from the reporters, all of the footage from the camera operators, and editing that for free, just so that you can learn the craft hands on to get paid in the business of television. You may need to be an intern as a technical director. A technical director is an individual that is sitting in front of that director, that is actually pushing the buttons, directing the camera operators and audio engineer as they instruct them in the midst of a live show or recorded show. The technical director then says, camera 1, pan right. Camera 2, pan left. Camera 3, hold steady on shot. Standby 1, taking 1, you're hot. Standby 2, taking 2, you're hot. Camera 3, pan, get me the audience. Jib shot, roll it. Standby 2, standby 3, holding 3, taking 3, you're live. Or an intern engineer in the recording studio, where they have the hits. They have produced the hits out of the studios, and you want to be a hit maker. So while you want to be a hit maker, you go and you intern and you work with them for free to learn the craft of operating the board. You learn the way of tracking music. You learn the terminology of ISRC codes, and you learn how to track your music so that you can get paid through the MLS. And you learn to watch the DSPs like Sound Exchange, so you know how to collect your money. Interns do it for free to learn the craft. So an intern has come among you, and this intern now is at a stake where it's becoming powerful, and it's no longer an intern, because now he is a major stakeholder in your affairs. And you want us in the world to believe that we don't know what we're talking about, and that we can't see the handwriting on the wall, and we can't see that you're giving up everything to a person that you don't know what their bottom line is. But from the outside, we can see the roadmap that is being led there. We can see it. We can see it. I've been there before. It's nothing new. Sometime, if you want to get inside a major corporation, they will send you in as what is called a troubleshooter. What is a corporate troubleshooter? A corporate troubleshooter is a person that will learn everything about that corporation, only for the person that hired them to go there to give them the trade secrets of that corporation, and then they take it over or get rid of it completely. That's what they do. And yes, it is a profession. Very much so a profession. A very lucrative one at that. Why would that be? Why would that be? Tell me. Tell me why would that be? I need to know that. I really need to know that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just all cap. Am I? I'm curious. See, because here's a real factual and downright important fact. You will see that if you stand on business, you will stand on moving everything to yourself. Set up a bank account. Do what you got to do. If you can't do it, hire a financial accountant and let them set it up for you and take your business that way. What if allegedly this individual gets sick, gets moved out of the way, and you have no access to nothing? It may possibly take you years to recover from that. You may end up in court having to you may end up having a fight in court for years over something that you can correct right now. Right now. I don't believe any attorney of good moral turpitude would advise you to do business the way things are going. I don't believe that. I would think that if a lawyer wants to keep their good name, that they will give you good binding advice that this is trouble. I would rather see. I would rather you have a cash app in your own name and you get everything and sell product that way. Straight you. You should be able to set up a PayPal account. You should be able to set up a Cash App. There's Apple Pay. There's a whole lot of areas that you could use to collect those funds. I mean, if somebody gave me a free pie, a cherry pie, one of the best made cherry pies there is, and then turn around and drop that sweet potato pie, that's that ooh, 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 wee. I'm not walking away from it. Y'all are cooking a sweet potato pie that the aroma, the taste is so good. The crust is so moist and on target that nobody can walk away from. They want a piece of that pie. They want to taste that pie. But it's not time for you to cut it yet. Thus, it's not time to give any slices away yet. You got to know this. You got to know this. See, once someone trademarks a name, they are serious. They are serious about business because you're not going to trademark a name that you're not going to use and walk away from in a year. It don't work like that. It may take you a year to get that trademark. It may take you that. It may take you that. That being said, this woman is serious about getting to the top. And this woman is serious about managing artists. And this woman is serious about the recording studio. This woman is serious about the movie industry. This woman is serious about everything in this area of entertainment. And you are going to give her what's yours? You're going to really let that go? Just that easy? You're gonna just basically walk away from it and let her collect and handle everything and grow her company big off of your estate? For what? I'll tell you for what. Allegedly to take everything from you. I'm not going to sit back and not say anything. I'm going to give you the business, the information. And if you don't use it from this point, I won't feel bad when you lose everything because I told you to watch your back. I told you. And now that I have said this, I've gotten it off of my chest. So now you know what I know. Those court documents that I put up ain't fake. And those court documents that I put up are very factual. Very factual. So I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I'm done with it. but I'm going to keep this message rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling until I see a change. Change has got to come. Got to come. I can't speak on any other interaction but this one. And this one is right. This one is right. Have you? Well, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave that alone. I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back.
Angie Stone was a powerhouse, R&B, soul and neo, soul singer, songwriter and producer, whose rich velvety voice defined an era of smooth, heartfelt music. Born on December 18, 1961, in Columbia, South Carolina, she first gained recognition in the late Lightyear Seville as a member of the Sequence, one of the first all-female rap groups. She later transitioned into R&B, making waves with albums like Black Diamond and Mahogany Soul, which featured classics like No More Rain and Blue. Her music blended soulful grooves, deep storytelling, and a gospel-rooted sound, earning her multiple Grammy nominations and lasting influence in the industry. Beyond her music, Stone was also an actress and songwriter, collaborating with icons like D'Angelo, Alicia Keys, and Lenny Kravitz. Her contributions to neo-soul left an undeniable mark, influencing generations of artists. Quiet Storm FM. Angie Stone, rest in heaven.
Uh, And this is Quiet Storm FM. I'm your host, Tony. And I want you to sit back, relax as we intervene in the life of Mr. Leethel Carter, one who I call the captain of criminality and the setup that possibly have killed Angie Stone. Ladies and gentlemen, we ended the live on Friday with an exclusive statement from Diamond Stone. And I want to once again send out our love, respect, and prayers for the mourning children of Angela Vern Stone. And even though I reserve the right to have a very different opinion and of Angie's assistant, Angie's children at the current moment are extremely loyal to her. But the biggest question that arouses inside of me is, who exactly is this woman? And who exactly this woman is loyal to? Because if we should believe the words of others, that the assistant to Angie Stone had some sort of private going on with Leethel, and there were conversations of him promising rectal favors and were revealed from her own mouth, Shanna. And we can see from this man's track record that he appears to be the puppet master. Everybody who was in the van seems to be afraid of him, or neither one of Angie's children will speak out against him. And I have uncovered his treachery, his tyranny, and abuse through all my nights of research. Seems like even the district attorney is a little bit scared of Leethel. That's right, I said the district attorney. This man clearly bullied his way, or maybe even allegedly snitched his way into a first-time offender sentence on a crime that should have blessed him at least a 20-year sentence in Georgia State Penitentiary. The documents that show his first-time offender status was so bogus that it presented that he was born, that they know that he was born in 1959, but the documents clearly listed him as being born in 1980. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. Help me with that. Have y'all seen pictures of the driver? Fady Willis. How exactly in the hell could a man standing in court with all his white hair pass for somebody born in 1980? Shut the front door. With this history, after years of terrorizing women, selling drugs to the community, scamming, stealing, robbing banks all across America, and not even with a weapon, but with spoofed emails and inside information of vulnerable corporations. Yes, this is the history of the man we speak of here. Fanny, y'all know this old man ain't born in the 1980s. You know that. He's just as gray as I am, Fanny. You know this, Fanny Willis. You know this. Your prosecutors, they know this. They know this. Family, I ask you, how deep is corruption in Fulton County, Georgia? How deep is it, Fannie Willis and Thomas White? How deep is it? How exactly with this man, with all the rugs he's involved in, with being an avid weed smoker, can fool the state of Alabama into letting him walk away after a person has lost their life to a crash? How could that be? From the crash report, there's no statement about a pebble, a deer, a tire, or anything else causing the van to flip off the road. According to Sheila Hopkins, Angie's first cousin, y'all were all wide awake. According to Dante, he was asleep and woke up in the hospital. Yet, he could explain the state of the scene and Angie after the wreck. Make it make sense. Please make it make sense. The state of Alabama let him get away with the inconclusive blood test after a woman died. This isn't just a plain old crash where a few people got whiplash or some bumps and bruises. This is a homicide. This is the loss of a person's life. A beautiful, loving, kind-hearted, charitable woman is in the ground right now. And there hasn't been an arrest, a press conference, or even an update or anything, while thousands of us investigate on our own. Tell me what gives. Tell me what gives. What is it? I need to know this. Even if you can't arrest him for homicide, yet we have felonies all over the place. We have evidence that Executive Elite Transportation wasn't even authorized to be on or for hire at all. They needed to have $5 million worth of coverage in order to be authorized to drive that vehicle on the highway with passengers. $5 million worth of coverage that they did not have. In fact, Leethel had a personal insurance policy with his name on it that covered the van in its personal tag capacity. You can't transport bodies down the road like that, sir. They damn sure wasn't supposed to be across state lines, leaving Georgia and going into Alabama. What makes you think you could do that? I help me. Why couldn't you do it? A $5 million insurance policy is why you can't do it. Because if someone was to get hurt or brought on their demise, you need $5 million worth of coverage by the U.S. Department of Transportation's requirements to be able to cover the loss that kind of loss cannot be covered with a personal insurance policy on that many people. It can't happen. Now, you could say that I don't know what I'm talking about all you want to. All you have to do is go to the U.S. Department of Transportation's website and put in Executive Elite Transportation, and you'll see that for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go look for yourself. It's not a problem. You can see for yourself. I put the documents up on the screen for you to see. When I get back, I'll do it again. But nobody comprehend, nobody no comprende. They don't know. They don't know. So my question goes to the FMSCA executive, director and chief security safety officer, Stu Lawless. Mr. Lawless, are you paying attention to this situation, Mr. Lawless? Are you paying attention to what happened on the highways that you are in control of? Because, Mr. Lawless, this is a textbook negligence and violating of the rules of the Federal Motor Carrier Association. And it is a federal crime. This isn't a game. Someone has lost their life, Mr. Lawless. Miss Sue Lawless, are you following the definition of maybe what your last name represents? Lawlessness? Allegedly? Because if someone from your office cared about this situation, you would be on top of it. You'd be on top of it. I'm trying to understand this situation. I'm trying to put some level of common sense to it because in some way, I feel like if the state of Georgia would have done its job, he, Leethel Carter, wouldn't be able to be on the streets driving a vehicle that would have taken the life of Angie Stone. If Fannie Willis' office was actually punishing him, he would not have been there. But instead, he's on 9 years and 9 months worth of probation, unsupervised, and he can basically do what he wants. That part. That part right there. This week, we're going to spend a lot of time in outlining this stuff. Fanny, your office just keeps letting this man, this evil man, walk out of your jails to terrorize the community again and again and again. And Fanny, he must be a super snitch because the intel he's giving to Fulton County Police must be so good that they give him basically free reign committing crimes at his leisure. They don't even try to keep him in jail. How is that so? Can you explain that to me? But is it really just negligence? I'd like to ask that question. Is it really just negligence? Or is it really nefarious? I think in my personal likeness is that it's nefarious, allegedly. For those of you who don't know, nefarious is typically pertaining to an action or activity, wicked or criminal. So I constantly use the term nefarious in this case because Leethel Carter is the captain of criminality, whom is nefarious. I think personally, if it were me, I would go after the probation division because maybe if they were monitoring him a little harder than what they are, you know, this may not have happened. I think personally, I would have added them to the lawsuit. I would have, because you have a career criminal that you know is a career criminal that you know confirmed by his fingerprints. How could you possibly sentence someone and not know about him because of his fingerprints? See, I can help you with that one. See, because every time they took my butt to the jail, I got fingerprinted, and they come up with every single name that a person might use from the fingerprints. You don't have but one set of fingerprints in life, and that fingerprint don't lie all around the world. And it's kept in the FBI database. So it don't matter if you get locked up in the city, in the county, or the state, the feds are going to know about it because they are going to get a copy of your fingerprints. And in some cities, some municipalities or counties, and in some states, they have a direct fingerprint machine that's hooked directly into the FBI's database, and they can see them right then. They even have a little fingerprint machine that they take out in the field to do your thumbprint, and they know who you are. So you're going to tell me, Fannie Willis, that y'all did not know who Leethel Carter was? Or is that what you really telling me? I fail to believe that. I'm not going to believe that. I was about to say I don't want to believe that, but I'm not going to believe that. You see, he, in his own words, described what kind of nefarious crimes he would commit if he wanted to make you some extra money for your corporation or for some small up and coming business. He would put you in a position to where they would tell you this. They set up a corporation and do some nefarious works under the corporation name, get the money, spread the money out to the people involved, and then do what? Shut down the corporation. Allegedly. Then, by the time they come back to the corporation, it's gone. Those that are involved are gone. See, but one thing is in common is that Michelle Rayner is on a few corporations with you and have been on a few corporations with you because they're gone. So if you set up a corporation and that corporation don't even last a year and a half, what happened? Was that set up for scam? I think it was. I believe it was. Let me give you an example. In the banking world, there's a term that they used to call kiting. And what kiting is, what kiting is that you open a bank account, you put money in that account, and as soon as you put the money in the account, you draw it out quickly. So you open the account with a check. You know the check is no good, but it takes them a couple of days to check it. So you put the check in there, and then all of a sudden, quickly, boom, you take the money out, or you take a large amount of money out that you can't get. All of the money that you can get out of it, you take it out. So you ended up getting free money from the bank. It's illegal, but you got it. That's what check kiting is. Well, people kite businesses the same way. They open a business just to operate that business, to do nefarious deeds, and then they shut the business down. They shut the corporation down. So there'd be no tracing of it. Corporate kiting. And there are certain groups of people that are absolutely famous for these kind of bank frauds and rugs, because they use desperate people for the crimes. He used desperate people for his crimes. Why? Let me break it down to you. If you pay close attention to social media, you have some people that need money in a bad way. They need $5,000, $10,000. And then they'll get somebody say, hey, do you bank with such and such? Yeah. Do you have a credit card machine? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to send you this amount of money. And I want you to give me this portion back. That's all I got to do? Yeah. Nothing else? No. So they send the money in, like a cash register going on. You got $20,000. Now they're calling you back. Hey, I need my half. They either want half of it, 10,000 or 5,000, but they won't. You got to get them their money right away. You got to get them their money. Now, you know, honestly, that money didn't come to you honestly, because you know that you don't even know the people that those credit card transactions came from, but you don't care. So just because you need the money, you agreed to commit a crime off of somebody else's identity just to get the money. And then you send them that money back by Bitcoin or Cash App. But now they're using gift cards and Bitcoins. And they're all over Facebook and these other things, these platforms. Come on, people. Come on, my people. You know that you're not doing or collecting that kind of money through your credit card exchanges, and you're going to risk your company. You're going to risk your liberty by providing these scammers such a clear lifestyle, only for you to be the one that end up in jail. You get bold and you get cocky, and they send you a check. you not not doing your due diligence, you go to the bank with the check. You have to tell her, no, 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 no. Oh, hey, how you doing? Yes, I need to get my money. Tells you, where'd you get the check? What you mean where I got the check? That's my pay. All of a sudden, the popo coming in behind you. I dare you to put your hands out.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. That's right. Come on in. Yeah. Come on in here. Come on in here. Let me talk. Let me talk to you a minute. I need to talk to you. We need to have a conversation. Where'd you get this check from?
Oh, they sent it to me. Who sent it to you? Well, no. Well, I talked to him yesterday. I got the email. So they want me to get my money, and I got to send him $5,000 back. Well, why do you got to send them $5,000? Well, because they got me to work, so I'm doing it. But you didn't work. You ain't do nothing. You ain't did nothing for the money. And in your heart, you know daggone well that it came off of somebody's credit card. You know daggone well that they stole that check from somebody's company. You know daggone well you ain't done nothing. And some of you are even, how should I say, lack of understanding. I will put it that way to be kind. You will give them $5,000 for them to give you $15,000, and they're going to tell you they want $10,000 back from you. The 5 you gave them up front and the 5 off of the 15 that you're going to get. Thinking you invested money in what? A bank scam. That's how they help you get your money. That is the things that Mr. Carter and the cabal that he was involved with do. I didn't put it on him. He said it out of his own words. I let you see the video where he gave his little minute testimony stating that in the beginning of the broadcast. I didn't say it out of my own words. He said it.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? I need to tell you something right there. See, my name is Okokobegojobi. And my prince, he wants to make you wealthy. All you got to do is send me 5,000, 10,000, and we gonna make sure you get $60,000. All you gotta do is send the money now, and then what we are going to do is we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you with your vision. We are going to help you make that money. Now, do you have Bitcoin? Yeah, let me try to set it up. Yeah, set it up like this right here. No, don't hit it now. Okay, all right, right. I want you to send me $20 in Bitcoin right now. Send me that right now. Let me make sure everything's set up. Okay, now when you get this money at the bank, I want you to send me my money. I don't want you to hold it. I want you to send it right away. Give me my money. Yes, that's what I need you to do. Yeah. And then we're going to get back to you.
That's how I go down. I'm making fun of a very true events. Everybody is so tight-lipped, and the entire community of people who love Angie Stone are scrambling for the truth. Sharita. Is that what you told? Or is that what he told y'all to do? Is that why y'all are so quiet? Because everybody's just in line to get their check? Just shut up, file a claim, and wait on your money. Well, not this time, because guess what? That's a personal policy. And y'all don't have a claim on CRST, the trucking company. Nope. Y'all don't have a claim on CRST. Nope. No, 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 no. You don't have it. It can't happen. No, no, no. No, no, no. Because they did not hit the van with you inside. Blessed Angie Stone is dead. And if it takes my last breath, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure y'all don't get a dime. And make sure Leethel Carter gets brought to the forefront. Mm-hmm. That right there. So what say you, as my jury in the court of Quiet Storm? Since they won't tell us anything, since they won't do their job and arrest the culprits who are guilty of the crimes that led to her death, it's up to us to maintain the volume of the outcry. And if they do nothing, we will just keep getting louder. If they don't do nothing, I will keep getting louder. I will take this to every federal office and every major news outlet and uncover every piece of information to the detectives to do their job and make an arrest. The walls will close in on you, Leethel. I am going to track you down. You and all your cohorts, until you have nowhere to go. Michelle Rayner, Tanya Egby Basson, Valentine Egbin, Alfonso Francis, Javier T., also known as Calvin Tibbs, Hector Camacho Jr., Michael Murphy Lewis, Aretha Vessel, Eddie Levert Jr. You guys have all these corporations together. No cap. This week, we will highlight every corporation that all of you are in together, that you have formulated and shut down. This week, I will show a nexus between all of you. Or, Leethel, you could just call in and talk to us. You could just call in and tell us your story. That's what you could do. I'm available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am. I want you to know you can give me a call. I've talked to Sheila. I've talked to Dante. And Dante says you, Leethel, would talk to me. Dante Daly said to me, Leethel, that you would talk to me. So now I'm giving you the invitation personally to talk to me. That's what I'm going to do. You have the resources. You know the number. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let the people know. The other thing that Dante said that didn't make sense to me was about making sure Angie was covered. On that last show she did, where they were before the accident, my friends in the audience, did you not notice that if you've seen that video, there were police officers in front of the stage and had the entrance points protected so that nobody can go up on the stage? Did armed on duty officers, did you not see that? So what was it, Dante, that you could do that they couldn't do? Because they had security for Angie. So Dante, I'm a remiss. What really was your job on the trip, Dante? Because it surely wasn't what you told me. It wasn't. And they sure been trained to do their job. And there wasn't any issues because those officers were not small individuals. They were rather, you could tell they could handle their business. It wasn't, yeah. So whenever the autopsy is released, it's going to make a lot of events change because the autopsy will then bring an official death certificate. And once that death certificate is presented, mayhem will begin. Diamond Stone says Shanna is a fall guy. Thank you for the super chick sticker. Elizabeth Love, thank you for that super sticker. No, don't go too far, Shanna. I know the puppet master has his hooks in you. I know Leethel Carter has used you to eavesdrop and influence on Angie and either drop in that house probably till this day. I've seen your record. And you don't even look like a career criminal. Shanna, you don't look like a career criminal. But you're attached to the puppet strings of Leethel Carter. And because there is a reason why your name, your company name, and your notary stamp are appearing all over the place, and maybe there is so much dirt that he has influenced you to do, but we're going to figure it out. Yeah, we're going to figure it out. And if that's the case, call me, Shanna. Diamond has my number. Shanna, you can call me. I can assure you, you're not shy on the camera at all. You're not shy to talk on the phone. You're not shy in media. You're well versed in front of the camera. Call us. Because me and my team are going to turn over every stone, pick up every rock, turn over every file that reveals this nefarious web of crimes. We will reveal the gargantuan coil of the snake that has been wrapped around Angie Stone and subsequently ended her life. This is a conspiracy from the powers that be. It is a conspiracy. And I will uncover all the evil misdeeds that have happened since she passed away. To keep her estate from getting rightfully what's owed to them. And if I have to take you down to do so, Shanna, I will take you down. Along with everybody else that's probably involved. I need you to understand me clearly. If it's in fact you that need to be took down, you will be taken down. If you know anything about bounty hunting, bounty hunters don't stop looking until they find you. And Angie's spirit has placed out a bounty. And that bounty order says, please help my family recover my coins. Her bounty says, please protect my family. Her bounty statement says, please uncover them that have stolen from me. That is the bounty. That's Angie Stone's bounty. And on this day, the 5th of March, 2025, the bounty has officially begun.
Tune in tonight for the perfect blend of classic R&B and the best. Smooth grooves on Quiet Storm FM. Your night just got smoother. Join us on Quiet Storm FM for 24/7 slow jams, classics, and soul.
And I thank you so very much for tuning in to the broadcast today. And I love you all. Want to let you know that we have a new FM radio station going up in Hawaii, Quiet Storm format, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yes, yes, yes. A brand new radio station. Hopefully be on the air by Friday. We are working at that to get that done. And we'll see. And you also can listen to Quiet Storm FM 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, wherever you are, anywhere around the world. If you have an Apple phone, Apple device, Mac device, you can go to the Mac store, Apple store, and download the Quiet Storm app simply by going, putting in Quiet Storm FM, and the app will come up. You can go to www.quietstormfm.org. Again, that's www.quietstorm.org. You can hear it. Matter of fact, I'm asking, if you will, please, after this broadcast, would you go directly to the website and please hit the members bar there, and I have specials that I'm going to be giving you. If you're members of this site, I want you to become a member here on Facebook, because what I would do, if you have birthdays, if you have anniversaries, if you own a business and you want to start a business, I am going to allow you to talk about your business on the radio. Yes, I am. I sure am. And I will also shout out your wedding anniversaries, whatever. I will make a design song specially for you and your loved one. Birthday dedication specific for you and your loved one. And that's if you remember, So please take advantage of that, and please take advantage and sign up for that. We love you. Matter of fact, and I would like to take a short survey before I go. If you agree with what I said today, please put yes in the chat. I need to see that right quick. And excuse me. Don't destroy. And let me know that you support. Also, you can tune into us anywhere in the world by going to iHeartRadio and just put in live radio stations. We're not playlists, but live radio. Put in Quiet Storm FM, and you can hear us all around the world. Thank you so much in the chat for showing your support. And again, I need to state that this is not to pick on anybody. Shanna, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to apologize. Yet, it will help us if you speak to us. If you give us an explanation of why and how you're doing things. If you're right, Shanna, then we can come on board and help you. We do everything in our power to assist. But from the outside, looking in, it looks like something's not right. And by the way, all the music that you hear on this channel is produced by me. Thank you, Jess. And also let me thank the moderators, Discerning 8, Jess, and everybody else. I thank you all for moderating and sticking in and do what we do. You guys help keep me on track, because you know I will go left in a second. But you keep me all on track. So I appreciate that. I really do. And as we get ready to close this broadcast down, there's one other favor I want you to do. I would like for you to put some hearts on the screen, no words, just all hearts, for your family members that you love, that you miss and you just need to tell them you love them, or you haven't been able to tell them you love them, let that love show right now, as well as extending love towards the Stone family. Let's do that right now. We're going to end this broadcast with the last song of the evening, and also your hearts. Nothing but hearts. Hearts only. No words, no nothing. Just plain old hearts.
Was a powerhouse, R&B, soul and neo, soul singer, songwriter and producer, whose rich, velvety voice defined an era of smooth, heartfelt music. Born on December 18, 1961, in Columbia, South Carolina, she first gained recognition in the late Leethel Sevier as a member of the Sequence, one of the first all-female rap groups. She later transitioned into R&B, making waves with albums like Black 99 and Mahogany Soul, which featured classics like No More Rain and Blue the Blue. Her music blended soulful grooves, deep storytelling, and a gospel-rooted sound, earning her multiple Grammy nominations and lasting influence in the industry. Beyond her music, Stone was also an actress and songwriter, collaborating with icons like D'Angelo, Alicia Keys, and Lenny Kravitz. Her contributions to neo-soul left an undeniable mark, influencing generations of artists. Quiet Storm